just wanna make you feel special. Since I first saw you, girl, you've been on my mind.
Hello out there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Please Advise. Today, I have with me one of St. Louis' newest rising stars, Mr. Dracul Amare.
Let's do it, yeah. What's up, everybody? Nice to meet you. Like you said, I'm Dracul Amare. I'm a local R&B artist. I just started. You know, I've only got 2 songs out right now, but it's just the beginning. So nice to meet y'all, and let's do this.
Well, what an introduction. I ain't have to say nothing. I'm so glad you took that off my hands. Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. Again, like we talked before we came on camera, this episode here is all about getting to know you, the man behind the music. Like you said, you are a fairly new star now, so actually this actually works out really well, because I have aspirations, of course, of being, a talk show host. So hopefully, I can help you, hone some interview skills.
Yeah.
I will be fumbling through this as well. I have not interviewed very many artists, so this is a learning process for me and
For me as well.
for you as well.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get right into it. I guess I will start, at the very beginning.
Okay.
Not so much at the beginning, like where you was born or none of that, but the beginning of, the formation of Dracul Amare. First and foremost, where did you get that name?
So, here's the thing. Like, I'm a huge nerd, right?
Okay.
So I play video games a lot. I was playing this one game called Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. And you know that?
You know I do.
Come on, man, stop playing with me. So I was playing Castlevania Lords of Shadow. At the end of the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you beat it, because you know the storyline and stuff like that. He becomes a vampire, all that stuff.
Right.
So the end scene, he's talking. They're like, Gabriel, is that you? Because that used to be his name. And he was like, no, I'm no longer Gabriel. My name is now Dracul. Because he goes by Dracul because Dracula is the lord of vampires.
Right.
So he took the A off just to go by Dracul. That's Romanian for, it translates to a devil or a dragon. So
I did not know that part.
yeah, so once I translated that, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty cool. First off, it sounds good. I love the way it sounds. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's typically what people think of me when they see me. Because I have a pretty intimidating presence for whatever reason. Don't know what it is, but people just be like, that guy's an asshole. I am, but only if you give me a good reason to be. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. You know what? I want to thank you for saying that.
Yes.
For all of us out there that have been called asshole. I have been called asshole on a number of occasions, and I feel like I'm not. I feel like I just react how I would normally react, or
Exactly.
speak how I would normally speak. Maybe it's not with the status quo, but I don't think that makes me an asshole.
Not at all.
I didn't think so.
Not at all.
But getting back to the name, I honestly, when I first read it, Dracul, I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But once I, watched a little bit of stuff and realized how you pronounce it, I'm like, I wonder, did he get that from that game? I promise I did. It was a very fleeting thought, like in and out, because I'm like, nah, he couldn't have got that from there.
Yes.
But now you learn something new every single day.
Look, I love Castlevania. Have you seen the animated series?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh my god.
Like I was late to the game though, I will admit. I started watching last season, which was what season are they on now? 4?
I think 4.
4,
Yeah,
yes.
something.
So I started watching in season 3, but of course I went back and watched it all. I didn't even know Netflix had developed a series for it until I'm just scrolling through Netflix one day trying to find something to watch. I'm like, Castlevania.
Yeah.
Like, this could be based on a video game.
Yeah.
So then I read the description, like, oh, gotta watch it. Binge watched the first 2 seasons, and then I was like on episode maybe 3 or 4 of season 3. I'm like, oh, this is so good. I feel like I'm late to the game. I really do.
Not to see, because when it comes to series like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things that I try to do intentionally. So I'll not watch the series so that I won't have to be fiending for the next season. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, all right, cool. This just came out. I'm gonna wait a few seasons before I watch it, so I don't be sitting up here twiddling my thumbs.
A few seasons. I can't wait no full season. I'll wait a couple episodes. I'll say, you know what? Like, what are we watching right now? C on HBO Max. Jason Momoa. It's in a future dystopia nobody can see. Anyway, so, but when I heard of it coming out, I actually waited like 2 or 3 weeks after it came out because I wanted to binge the first couple of episodes. So I will do that with the first couple of episodes, but seasons?
I had to wait for the first season, at least. At least.
Because I
can't do episode by episode. I can't. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, there's no way, bro. Like, absolutely not, because every single episode of the first season was amazing. So if I'd have been sitting there waiting for the next season, I probably would have been having withdrawal.
The first season, going back watching it, that first season, like I couldn't not watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Like once you started from the middle of the first episode on through the entire first season, you can't not watch it. You can't not watch it.
My man's did all that for his wife.
The character development, though,
it's crazy, ain't it?
It really is.
Yeah, man. When we getting into
we really are. We really are. See, this is what happens when you meet somebody and you have common interests. You start talking about it. So, all right. So, past the name Dracul Amare.
So Amare is Latin for to love, and so I had looked it up, but I already knew that because like I said, I'm a nerd. So it's a lot of things that I'm involved in that have Latin language in it. So I'm like, one day I'm just like, Dracul Amare, even though technically it's pronounced Dracul, I'm like, ain't nobody gonna call me Dracul. Dracul sounds way better.
That's why I said when I looked at it, I didn't know how to pronounce it, so that's why when I heard it, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, Dracul Amare. So it translates to technically a devil to love. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's like, I use that name as like a commentary, on the misunderstanding that people usually have of me. Because it's like everybody expects me to be this uptight asshole just because I'm antisocial and I don't talk to a lot of people. I'm not sitting in a corner of the bar because I think I'm better than you. I'm not finna talk to you because that's weird. Like, I don't know you, so why am I, hey, how's it going? No.
I feel the exact same way. Like, when I meet new people, if I'm not directly introduced to them, they'll never know me.
Exactly.
Because I don't know you, and
that's weird, bro. Like, I don't know.
I feel like it is. I mean, I do like to be approached. I will talk about the other side of that coin because I do like to be approached. I like to be social. I like to talk to people. I like meeting people, but I don't like initiating the meet. I guess, if that makes sense.
First off, I don't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have children, and when I had first introduced myself to the woman that just had my twins, you know what I'm saying? Like, I legit walked up to her. I'm like, hi, how are you? Like, who does that?
I have not mastered that skill either. Some people are really good at it. Me, not so much.
I'm definitely introverted because I'm terrible at introducing myself to new people. So anyway, that's where the name Dracul Amare comes from. It roughly translates to a devil to love, or a dragon if you prefer to go with that one. But I like a devil because I'm not a devil, but that's just how people view me. You know what I mean? So,
well, what a way to put a spin on, I guess, how people perceive you or how you think they perceive you. Because I don't know, when I met you, I didn't get devil. Well, maybe because you was coming to be on the show, so you put on a happy face.
No, hold on, wait a minute. I'm just sitting here agreeing, like, Nah, this is how I am.
But no, I definitely did not get a dragon. I didn't get a devil. I got a nice, wholesome young man.
Yeah.
I would almost say a nice, wholesome, social young man.
Really?
I mean, I guess, like I said, when you came here, you seemed pretty nice.
Yeah, you gotta see me out somewhere, like in a club or something. Like,
I'm gonna get the snub.
People have to take. No, see, like, cause I know you. We've had conversations, So it's like, if I see you, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Yada yada yada. I might talk to you because we've already talked. You know what I'm saying? You're not a stranger in that regard, but. Like when I'm out, and it's like a lot of people around, for whatever reason, my instinct is to just put on this face that is just like, don't fucking talk to me. Like, I don't know why I do it, but people have taken off guards me, and I'm like, damn, I wouldn't approach me either. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So, but for you, it's purposeful though. Like you purposely, like you notice you put on that face. For me, I don't feel like I do. People just say, like when I first met you, like. I always do first. I didn't do it with you because, of course, we just met like 10 minutes ago. But normally, when I have people on that I've known for a while, I do first impressions. And 9 times out of 10, if they weren't introduced to me through somebody, they always say, "You seem standoffish. You seem mean." And I'm not.
Yeah.
I promise, I'm not. But okay, so I don't want to get too carried away or too carried off subject. So Dracul Amare.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So music. How did you get into music?
Oh man, that's a funny story because it started as I was a kid, man. It was this guy down the street. His name was Hakeem Hill. I was just out there. That's my boy. Love him to death. You know what I'm saying? I respect what he's doing with his music. He's been on the grind for forever. So you can use it as a shout out. Just saying. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like he's been doing music for years, and you know we had went through some things. You know, as kids. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't see eye to eye all the time. And so I kind of fell back on him, but years later when I reintroduced myself, he was like, hey man, you know, I apologize for this and I apologize for that, yada yada yada. We became friends again, and so he took me, like I had went over his house and I'm like, whoa, like where did all of this stuff come from? Like what have you been doing over the years? So he showed me some of his music equipment and I was like, okay, this is nice. Let me listen to some of his songs. And you know, the first time he had let me hear a beat of his, and it just like instant, it was instant, you know what I'm saying? Like instantly I'm like, dude, like I want to write something to this.
Really?
And I believe I was like 12 at this time, you know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I think that was the first time I had made a rap. It's called Got It Made over on YouTube. I had to be like 12. I mean, it's just we the east side, and my voice is like tiny, but I popped off, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on there snapping, bro. Like I went back and listened to it not too long ago, and I'm like, man, like I actually kind of did my thing here. So, you know, I want to say that it's partially because of him, you know what I mean, that I learned that I really want to get into music, or that I was introduced to music because him and my Uncle Dondi, actually.
Okay.
Him and my Uncle Dondi, I had spent a night at his house and we did like a little mock radio tape. It was nice. And so I realized that I liked hearing my voice on recordings. And so when he introduced me to the music, I'm like, I like hearing my voice over music.
Okay.
Because I sound nice. So it's like, you know what I mean? So I just took it from there, man. And, you know, growing up, I was always like singing. I wasn't the best rapper, but I'd have my moments. You know what I mean? But now it's like,
you got it.
I got it. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it was.
Okay, so singing or rapping?
Between singing or rapping.
Because when I listen to music, you do both.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So.
So I think I would probably have to go with. I don't know, man. That's tough because it depends on the situation. Like or it depends on my mood, because like when it comes to the whole singing thing, like I like to consider that like my chill side, you know, like my laid back, relaxed type side. But then when I'm rapping, it's like I beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me, cuz. So I guess it's really situational. But if I had to choose between the two, I'd have to go with singing.
Okay.
Singing, because that's like my mom's a singer. She's dope.
Okay.
You know, I kind of grew up with that. Coming up as a kid, I've been surrounded by singing my entire life. So I think I'd have to choose that over rapping.
That's what's up. That's what up. In my opinion, I think that's the better choice.
Yeah.
I've always preferred singers to rappers. Not that rappers are not great, because they are, and it definitely takes skill.
Yeah.
But for me, singing, I feel like that is a natural gift that you can harness and develop, and you know, it's almost limitless what you can do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I've always admired that. I said a couple of episodes ago, again, if I could have sold my soul for any talent, it would have definitely been singing. It would definitely have been. So I've always been fascinated by people who can sing, and you know, other people are too. They always the most popular, you know, and all that type of stuff. So maybe that's a little bit of jealousy in me, but but again, I've always had this admiration for people who can sing and who actually like to sing.
Yeah.
You know, just me.
Yeah, no, because like I tell people all the time, and if I lose my voice, that's a wrap. I don't want nothing else. I'd rather lose my legs before my voice. I'm just saying.
I can't relate, but I feel like I want to agree though.
Yeah.
I really do.
Man, I'm just saying, because at least I still have that. If I lose my voice, I ain't got nothing, because I use singing as like a therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to the bathroom or whatever, I'll be sitting there chilling. Like I just will close the door, just play some music, and I'm singing along to whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter what mood I'm in. Like I sing it all the way. If I ain't got that no more, then I don't know what I got. I ain't gonna go for a walk. Nah, take these, give me my voice back.
To do what the rest of us do, work through this shit.
No, I will sing through it. I don't want it. You can have it. Take it back.
Okay, so when did you first realize you could sing?
I want to say about the first. Yeah, it was the first grade.
Okay.
Which is a funny story. It goes back to me being a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
The Pokemon theme song came on. First time I had ever seen an episode of Pokemon. And so it starts playing, and I become a fan. So one day, I just started singing it. I'm like, what?
What you not finna do is disrespect the Pokemon song.
No, I didn't disrespect it. Look, I love the Pokemon. Come on, man. That's like one of the, you know, as a '90s kid, like that's my thing.
And that song served vocals.
Yes, stop playing with me. I just watched the original singer sing it not too long ago,
Yeah.
bro. Like, he still got it. Like, come on, man. My man's wasn't playing when he was in that booth. I know the lights was off. He had the shades on and everything.
He had to. I can imagine him in his whole mode.
Man, look. Don't play with him. Don't play with that. Don't.
I think when Pokemon came out, and this is just how I guess kind of reference. I always reference in any event in my life. I will always reference it to what song was popular at the time. But for this instance, I think when I first started developing, I guess, a infatuation for people who can sing was when, you know, I was watching Pokemon, and, you know, when I would go to school and, you know, people would sing and they would hit all these riffs and runs, and then I just was listening to the Pokemon song one day, and I'm like, was that a run? and you know, and then I think that kind of sparked, I guess, me noticing people who could sing and with skill, because I would always be like, you know, anything song that was saying that would hit a run or a riff, I'd be like, oh, they hitting, and all of a sudden, you know, that would be like my song. So it's just funny how music in general can connect things for you. Yeah. Something as simple as a theme song to a goddamn 90s cartoon show would inspire
because the first time I sang that, I was like, am I actually doing this and sound good? So the second grade, I was in the second grade. There was another season of Pokemon that was out. It was Pokemon Johto. And I remember really liking that theme song.
My second grade, your second grade was definitely different years. But okay.
Nah, so Pokemon
was high school for me.
What? Oh, Jesus.
I'm an old man.
Oh, man. It's cool.
I drink a lot of water and I run around the block.
And mind your business. That's how you look. That's how you gotta do it. I'm telling you. Mind business, drink water. You'll be good. That's what my mom does. And everybody be thinking she my little sister. But anyway, Pokemon Johto, second grade. So I took that to the talent show. And, you know, I'm singing like the opening to Pokemon Johto in front of everybody. Nobody's laughing because I'm up there killing it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's Pokemon. We all know the song.
Pokemon. Come on now, stop playing with me. So I'm like singing the Pokemon Johto song. The teacher's like, "Wow, that was really good," but I didn't know the whole thing, so I didn't make it in. They was hating on me a little bit. So they're like, if he gets in there singing the Pokemon Johto song, nobody else stands a chance.
Correct.
And I was like, this man's gonna grow up to be Dracul Amare. I just know it. My second grade teacher, she told me that.
In the second grade, on your Pokemon song debut,
you're gonna be you're gonna be Dracul Amare. Watch
the insight.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be.
Okay, so you knew you could sing in the second grade, but you have just recently started. Well, I guess within the last couple of years, started releasing music. So what's this lag time? Did you not know you wanted to really be a musician, or?
See, the thing is, with the time it took for me to actually start doing music, to, you know, when I discovered I could sing, back in, like, you know, the second grade and all this stuff, I did not have it too easy. You know, like, I grew up, I was bullied, all this kind of stuff, and then, you know, later on, like later years, I had to do things that I wasn't proud of. So, you know, because of the things that I went through as a kid, that kind of impacted my self-confidence. So it's like, even though I knew I could sing, you know, the things that people had said to me had really gotten to me. So it's like, if I start to do this, I don't think anybody's gonna like it, or I might get made fun of because, you know, this and that and this and that. So it's like coming up, man, it wasn't easy. So like, I would walk around, I literally took my guitar with me, and this ties into me being antisocial, you know what I'm saying? So because of the way that people was talking to me and treating me and all this kind of stuff, whenever I would go to school, at one point the only friend I had was my guitar. So I would take my guitar with me literally everywhere I went. You know what I'm saying? And I became known as the kid who had the guitar. So it's like I would start playing it, and people noticed that I could sing as I played the guitar, so they would just start flocking to me.
People like singers.
Exactly. So
and you
like,
can play an instrument?
And I can play an
Double threat.
instrument. Yes. And I was a codist in my piano class too.
Okay. Yeah. So just brag.
Listen, I'm a flex. I don't do it very often. This is my opportunity to
love
flex.
it.
I will take that
love
chance.
all of it.
Stop playing with me. So, yeah, man. So, you know, coming up, you know, just the whole getting bullied thing, and people used to try their hardest to bring me down. And, you know, my relationship with my mom wasn't the best around that time either. But, you know, thinking back, she was a kid trying to raise a kid. And so it's like she didn't know what she was doing. And, you know, me being the firstborn, it's like, you know, we're technically the guinea pigs.
We
So
really are. I was the
figured
firstborn,
things
so
out.
I
So
know
you
that.
know, yeah.
I know that. My mama
Yeah.
was, you know, a grown up, so but I get what you're saying.
They have to figure it out as they go with us. You know, because you can read all these books, you can watch all these videos, you can take all this advice from other parents, and all that advice and the books and the videos that you watch, your kid come out being completely different than every piece of advice you've ever had.
Right.
So it's like you don't really know what you're doing. So that was that. And, you know, people would tell me all the time, like, man, I don't know why you don't do music, or why you're not making music, or this and that and this and that. But it's like,
I tell people that.
yeah, but it's like, you know, as much as other people saw the greatness in me, I didn't see it for myself. So it took me a while to kind of come around to that. And it's funny because I realized that I wanted to do music thanks to the people that I go to karaoke with. So this goes back to the other dude I was talking about, Hakeem. You know, he had introduced me to this spot on the landing, Joey B's, when it was still Joey B's. Went down there, did karaoke for the first time. My homeboy Raheem walks up to me, and he's like, "Hey man, yeah, I didn't know him at this time. You know, I was there. Actually, this was the first time I went by myself because Hakeem stopped going with me. So, you know, he walks up to me or whatever. He's like, dude, like, you can sing, like, for real, for real. After that, and I get complimented after everything I've been through, I'm coming back. You got me messed up. I'm a regular at this place now. They knew me by my name at that point. So, you know, I, just fell in love with singing other people's songs. But eventually, I'm just like, I'm singing other people's songs. I need my own. So, you know, I started going through YouTube, and, you know, the beat for my first song, Special, just happened to pop up on my timeline as I'm scrolling through YouTube. So I went and listened to it, and, you know, heard it. And it's a funny thing because, like, when I listen to an instrumental and it clicks, I will sit there, write the song, don't even know what I'm writing. But then I listen back to it, or I read it back, you know, to the instrumental. I'm like, damn, this was actually fire. You know what I'm saying? So I just be in the zone, you know, and yeah. So that's kind of what made me realize that I wanted to do music. It's just like a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that into like one thing. You know, coming up the way I came up, and then meeting the people that I met, kind of made me realize, you know, I kind of want to do this. You know, so yeah, I took that and I'm running with it now.
That's what's up. That, you know what? Again, we both, or what we. Us all, or you know, learning who you are, and for you to tell that story of, you know, being bullied and, you know, overcoming all of that within itself is inspirational.
Yeah.
Like, you never know what nobody else goes through. You know what I'm saying? So, thank goodness, you know, you came through that, and, you know, that shows a lot of strength and character, definitely character, that you can speak on it, you know, and notice the impact that it had on you, I guess, if that's the way I want to say that.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, I can understand how that definitely can mess with your confidence, you know, especially being a singer would ultimately put you in a public spotlight. So if what you've been receiving from people is, you know, whatever that was, for you to overcome that and still be out, you know what I'm saying, in the public eye, that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It really is.
It took a long time. Took a long time, and a lot of work. I had to learn some things, you know what I'm saying? And just like every day I would wake up, I go look in the mirror in the morning as I'm getting dressed and be like, man, I fucking hate the way I look, bro. But eventually I had to, I promise you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but it's just funny because, like I said, the person I met today was confident, and, you know, all that type of stuff. So when you talk about it, it's like I by all means I believe you, but
I get that so often, man. I grew up, you know, came up. I want to say, like, I just recently started getting over my self-esteem issues about 2-3 years ago, dog. No bullshit. Because I learned, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as people say about you, they can say what they want to say about you. But what you say about yourself is really what matters. And, you know, my self-esteem started lacking when I started believing what these people were telling me. So I would look in the mirror and everything that they would say, I kind of repeat back to myself, you know, like at my reflection, I'd be like, damn, you know, they was right. You do this and you do that. But then one day I'm just like, man, fuck this.
Fuck all it.
You know, and then I'm just like, bruh, you this, you that. It's time to step up. So it took about 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have like little motivational talks with myself and, you know, just sit in the bathroom and going from the moments that I would sit and look in the mirror and talk down, I'm like, fuck this. You know, I'm finna flip the script, bro, and because I'm tired of being depressed every time I look in the mirror. Like, fuck that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now I look in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, you know, kind of fire. A little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Again, great story. I would have never thought. In my mind, I just feel like, I don't know. You never know. Like, again, when you meet people that are, you know, established in the spotlight, whatever have you, you see the end product, I guess.
Yeah.
So, again, I would have never thought that, you know, you would have came from a background such as that. I literally would have never thought. Like I said, you came up, you was nice, you was smiling, great personality. Like, who would know?
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
Who would know? Who would know?
I get that a lot.
Okay, so now we are getting into the music. So you established yourself, Dracul Amare.
Yeah.
So you did speak about the single Special.
Yes.
Okay, so you said you just scroll in, it pop up, you write a song to it. So how did you, I guess, market the song? How did you get it recorded? I guess is the question I want to ask.
Getting it recorded was a process because it was my first single, so I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was reaching out to people and I was telling them, like, hey man, you know, I want to record this song. Where should I go?
Okay.
So this one person reached out to me. I ain't gonna say his name because it didn't end too well. One person had reached out to me and he's like, hey man, I know this studio we can go to, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll record your song for you. I go to the studio. I love my black people. I love my black people. But when I tell you, you walk in that studio, you could tell it's run by black people. I'm talking about it, smoke everywhere, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's not the type of vibe I was going for. You know what I'm saying? I walk in there, smoke everywhere. There's Hennessy bottles on the counter. Like, okay, this is definitely nigga run. I don't have an issue with that. I love that. As a matter of fact, do your thing, brothers and sisters. My problem was not with the way that the place looked. My problem was with the way that it was ran. Okay. So I walk up to the guy that's responsible for recording. I'm like, okay, cool. So I would like to record the song, yada yada yada. He's like, it's literally what he does. Like,
I believe it. I believe it. I'm
like, cool. Okay, I got that. That's right here. Here, take the money.
Yeah.
So what do I do now? Like, step in the booth, give me a song. We go. So give him the song, step in the booth. We go through recording, all of this other stuff. You know, we get the song recorded, and when I'm there, I don't hear the final draft because they're trying to get ready. They're trying to hurry up and leave. So I leave.
Okay.
I'm in the car driving home. I get the email. He sends me the final mix.
Fast?
Yes.
Okay.
When I tell you,
I mean, I don't know how long it takes, but from your
not that fast.
From your reaction,
I didn't even get to make it home.
Okay.
When I tell you, I heard this, I'm like, bro, I could have done this better with a microwave and my iPhone. What is this? It's some dude on my song. Do not know who he was, singing harmonies. I'm like, who is this guy?
And when did he record that?
That's a great question.
I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, in hindsight, you can notice details like that.
I'm like,
but
who the hell? Hoopst is on my song. Yeah, I did not authorize that. So that was messed up. And then I had went and I let somebody listen to it. I don't remember who it was, but I let one of my friends listen to it, and it's like, okay, this is pretty bad. You should go here. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do that. Actually, no. I remember who it was. It was it was a local producer out in St. Louis. You know, he doing his thing now. He be out like in St. Louis, not in St. Louis, but he be out in like Miami and all that stuff doing his thing now. Shout out to you, bro. You know who you are. But you know, he was like, yeah, man, you should go to Studio A. I'm like, bet, I'm gonna do that. So then I met the engineer there. He recorded Special, and the special thing about him, no pun intended, was the fact that when we were recording the song, he wasn't just letting me record and, you know, going about my business. If he thought that something sounded bad, he'd be like, hey man, go back, redo this.
What
but
you
this
expected
time,
from...
Yeah. But he's like, this time, I want you to do it like this and do it like that. And then he kind of took it into his own hands like it was his project. Which, you know, I'm good about, because that means that I'm good with, because that means that he cares about what he's doing. So, you know, we recording the song or whatever, and he's giving me all these suggestions, and I'm just like, bro, I did not think about that. So really, Special sounds as good as it does because of him. Like, dude really did his thing, man. He really did his thing. That's my homie. So, you know, I ended up having to go to Studio A because of a previous studio that I had went to, which I will not name. You know, they had went and just botched the first run of that song, and so I'm like, I gotta find somewhere else to go. Went to Studio A, hooked me up right away. So that's how Special got recorded, man. You know, it's a story to tell. It's a story behind it.
I like stories. I like stories.
I got plenty.
Okay, so you get the song made, you gotta record it now. And when I ask these questions, I ask from a place of complete ignorance.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been through that process or really had the chance to talk to somebody, I guess, in depth about how that process works. So, okay, so say me, I go to the studio, I record a song, I want to get it on the radio. What happens from that point?
So the thing is, I wouldn't really target radio play too much, because they...
See how old school I am? I only think about radio. It's so many other mediums.
It is an age of social media.
Yeah.
Nobody listens to the radio anymore. When you get in the car,
Facts.
What do you do?
Facts. Either I'm listening on my headphones to what I was already listening to, or satellite. So
Exactly. Nobody's listening to the radio anymore unless you want to hear you want to listen to the Breakfast Club. I don't go to the radio for music. Like, and even then, I don't go to the radio to listen to the Breakfast Club. I can listen to that on a podcast.
You definitely can.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really target radio. If I was to give somebody advice that I didn't have when I first released Special, the Special could have been way bigger, than it was, when it came out. I would tell them to target social media, because that's what's important right now. Like I said, we're in an age of social media, so your marketing campaign should be through Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. One of those three things. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get the setup right. You have to build your target audience. You got to create super fans and all of this stuff. When I did Special, I was just posting to Facebook like, hey, can you go listen to this? And that's a problem with a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll expect their friends and their teammates and their peers, to go share their music. But then you got to think about it. When they do that, who are they reaching?
Listen, I'm so glad you said that, because when I started out doing this, I was the same way. Like, why my friends ain't sharing my stuff? Or they would share it, but I wasn't seeing nothing. But then, like you said, I had to think, like, we in the same circles.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So who's it gonna get out to?
Who is it gonna get out to? Exactly. And again, people always, want to talk about strangers this, strangers that. Listen, strangers make you famous.
Strangers make you famous. Your friends are not gonna make you famous, bro.
You already know them,
and
you're not the same person to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got something going on right now, and they like, but at the same time, you still just like me. I'm still just regular old Nook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't expect them to, be overjoyed, and because one, it's not their experience, and for two, it's just Nook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it took me some time to get in that mindset. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that is a teachable moment. And if I can share anything to anybody else, listen, don't expect your friend. Expect support, yes, but don't expect the red carpet and all that, because again, you are just the regular friend that they've always known. So
yeah, that's 100%.
That is advice.
100%. I was just trying to tell my homeboy this. Yeah. Well, the other day I went to my not the other day, But
it don't matter when it was. This is not historically accurate.
I went to my homeboy's bachelor party up at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Mm-hmm.
So they got music, and I'm hard to impress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. You cannot sit here and give me any bullshit and think that I'm gonna be like, that's good.
Okay.
No sir. I'm gonna let you know. And like I tell people all the time, do not ask me a question if you don't want that answer. Don't ask me a question if you don't want that, because I'm gonna give it to you.
If anybody knows me, I say that all the time. Listen, don't ask me if you don't want me to answer.
Don't look. Cause look,
yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm gonna tell you just that's just me. That's just me.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people don't come talk to me about their problems because they know I'm gonna be honest. I'm be like, all right, so first off, you fucked up here. They didn't have to respond like this.
Yeah, I hold my friends accountable.
Yeah,
I hold my friends
100%. Because if I'm not honest with you, somebody else gonna come tell you, and from the outside of the circle, I come to you from a place of love.
I agree.
I'm talking to you because I want you to do better.
Yeah,
and
because I see where you fucked up.
Exactly.
Like if you didn't fuck up, I'll tell you. You know what? I agree. But if I see where you fucked up, I have to call you on it.
Yeah.
I would want you to do the same thing to me.
Exactly.
If
That's
I'm
what
out here and I'm
friendships are
saying
all
some
about.
shit that's not true or not accurate, goddamn me, please call me on my bullshit. Because I might not know it's bullshit.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have different perspectives, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not perfect. I done went and did some shit I thought I was doing right.
There are no perfect people. There are no perfect people.
I done had a couple of my niggas come up to me and be like, hey, man, like, that was kind of fucked up. I'm like, well, looking at it like that, you right. Shit, I'm like, ooh.
But in the moment, my nigga,
I thought I was on, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
then they had to come back, pull me to the side, like, hey, brother, that ain't the move.
Mm.
I'm like, shit, you're right.
But if you don't have people like that around you, how do you grow?
Exactly. For the longest time, I wasn't, because everybody was just so complacent with who they were. And it's like, when I started hanging out with the right people, I'm like, damn, bruh. Like,
I didn't even know.
Exactly. Like, I've been asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asleep. So yeah, man. That's what that whole. I forgot what even the original question was. To be honest,
but you know what? That's what good conversations do.
Yeah, that's true.
They drift. That's so I'm pretty sure you answered, because I don't even remember the question now. But I'm pretty sure you answered whatever question it was. And so I do want to talk. Like I said, we talked about the music.
Yeah.
Now I do want to. Now you say you're a nerd.
Yes. Yes.
So in what way? Just because you like anime, that doesn't make you a nerd.
Listen, I'm trying to tell. Do you think, man? Well, before I took the shirt off,
I saw it.
I had Ultra Instinct Goku on the T-shirt, bro. I have a Batman and Joker wallet. Stop playing with me. I'm wearing this black ring with the ruby eyes. Stop playing with me. Like, listen, I have Itachi Uchiha as a poster. Like on my wall, I got Broly sitting on my computer desk. I watch anime, I play video games, I read comic books. Like, you don't play with me, bro. Like,
I don't think that makes you a nerd though. Like I don't know if I'm.
Okay, so let me give you an example of what makes me a nerd then.
Okay.
Check this out.
Okay.
The motherfucker will post something about comic books on Facebook.
Yes.
Here go me, not even wearing my glasses. I got to come in, well, actually, like.
Because the truth is.
Yes. Bro, like, listen, when I get into something, I'm into it. I want to know everything about it. I want to do this and I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be sitting there on my PC playing these games all the time, and I Google search like how to do this better, how to do that better. Like, bro, like I legitimately will, you know what I'm saying? And I'm filled with all these random facts. Like, just one random. Did you know that frogs cannot throw up, so they spit their stomachs out? Is a normal nigga gonna tell you that? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Just saying.
No.
I'm just saying.
Wait, because again, we are learning. I thought the anime was like the extent.
No. No.
That's why I'm like, you're not a nerd because you like anime. No. I enjoy anime, probably not as much as you.
No, not at all.
But not at all.
No.
But I do enjoy anime, and I've been recently getting into it a lot, here lately. But like Dragon Ball Z, that's probably the most famous anime in my mind.
It is actually. It's one of the most popular anime like of all time.
I've maybe seen maybe 8 to 10 episodes of Dragon Ball Z spread out throughout the millions of seasons and storylines that they have. So I know about Dragon Ball Z, but I know who Goku is, and I know RZA, and I know Frieza.
That is the Wu-Tang Clan. Tim, that is the Wu-Tang Clan. That is the Wu-Tang.
Don't they got a Frieza?
They got a Frieza, but you said RZA. No.
Okay, another thing about me, I don't know nobody's names. I don't know.
That is the Wu-Tang. First off, shout out to RZA. No disrespect. This man said,
wait,
RZA, and you said it with confidence. This man said RZA, Frieza. I'm like, bro, that is the Wu-Tang. I respect it though.
I don't know nobody's names.
That's
like
cool.
I do a lot of karaoke, which we was gonna get into because I'm surprised I've never seen you at karaoke. But anyway, I go to a lot of karaoke. I don't know no words to no songs. I don't know. I am horrible with names. Like I really am. Like just the other day, we was at a function and it had been, a person that I had known for a number of years and have spoken to, had several conversations with, and I literally called them the wrong name. It was 2 of them.
Oh no.
It was 2. I knew both of their names, but I called each one of them the other person's name. And again, when I say it, like I just said RZA, I just say it so naturally, like because I know I'm saying the right name. And it never is. It never is.
That man said RZA, Frieza.
It meant it.
Bro, you meant with conviction. RZA, Frieza.
So fucking serious. So serious.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't think RZA was ever in Dragon Ball Z, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. So, but aside from that, like I don't know a lot of anime. Like One Punch Man is that anime?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, so I like that show. I've seen again maybe 4 or 5 episodes, sporadic.
See, that's what I'm telling you. I can sit here and sing you one of the opening songs to one of my favorite anime. Cash Earn Sins, I know that song from start to Kizusuke no Gen just gotta no gotta yoto stay. Stop playing with me, bro.
That sounds like another language.
That's Japanese.
I am not a super fan. I like, but you know what? I don't even think it's so much anime. Like I like cartoons. Not the silly Looney Tunes, childish cartoons, but like adult cartoons.
Avatar and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah. I'm a fan of, epic storylines and stuff like that, like the Avatar series. That's another anime.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Big fan. Now, Avatar I watched from conception to end. Then I watched, Korra do her thing. So, I'm a fan of Avatar. I forgot what I was talking about just that quick. Castlevania, I watched that one.
Man.
I think I've watched all of the ones on Netflix that are in English. Now, once if I had to read, it takes away. It takes away because when I need to see the emotion on their face as they talking. That's how anime impacts me. Like I get the emotions behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though the effects are cool too, like they kicking and doing these superhuman feats, that's amazing too.
Yeah.
But for me, it's the dramatics of it. I guess is what I want to say.
Yeah.
The dramatics of it. So when I have to read it, it's like I don't get that because I'm reading.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
for me, that's why I like. Again, that's why I like cartoons, not so much anime. Like all of the Marvel cartoons, all of the DC animated universe cartoons.
Oh man.
All of those. I pay my money every month for HBO Max, partly for HBO, but mostly for the DC Hub. Yes, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, no,
huge fan.
I'm a huge nerd. I tell people that I mean that with conviction.
Yeah, see, I just like certain stuff. I like some animes, but superheroes. I'm a superhero fanboy. I am a big fan. My ultimate dream is to go to Comic-Con somebody.
You know they be having cons out here, man.
No, I want to go to the.
Oh, you want to go to the con? You want to go to a con?
Yeah, I need to buy a $600 outfit and be a character. And
I'm gonna let you know right now, $600.
What I want to do. That ain't enough.
Woo! If you want something good,
see,
if you want something good, these cosplays be checking your pockets.
When
boy.
I've watched YouTube of people making they
Yeah.
costumes, I don't have the time or the dedication or the artistic ability.
I don't.
I
have
need to buy
none of that
mine.
either.
I gotta buy mine.
Look, stop playing with me. I'm gonna pull it off like I made it. Don't fucking play with me.
But no, that is a goal of mine. 1 year, I want to go to the Comic-Con and be a character.
That's a good goal to have. They have a pretty big one out in Chicago too. You can go to. It's I forget what it's called. It's ASIN. ASIN is huge.
Really?
Yes, it's a huge con. Huge con. It's not as big as Comic-Con New York or anything like
Yeah.
that, but it's still pretty. You know, Chicago's right there. So
Chicago is right there. I frequent Chicago all the time. So,
well, there you go.
but never been to Comic-Con though. That is literally one of my dreams to go to Comic-Con somewhere.
Same, honestly. Comic-Con
big
New
one.
York.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to go to. Comic-Con New York. Yeah, that one's huge. That's the one everybody talks about. It's the one in San Diego. One of them two.
I think I want to go to the San Diego.
Yeah, I feel like that one would be just a little bit better. So yeah, that's me. I'm a nerd.
I see. Okay, so what other hobbies? Like, what else do you do besides, watch anime and write and record music?
So I'm also a martial artist. I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I've done kickboxing and boxing.
Really?
Yes, kickboxing, boxing. I studied Wing Chun, and I placed. Let's see, when I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I actually was in a world tournament. Naga. I was in Naga before, and I got like silver, gold, and a bronze in world tournament. So I'm really big into martial arts. I'll be watching boxing videos and stuff like that, and I notice that like when I'm watching people box, I'll be moving my head, by instinct, like you know what I'm saying. So I catch myself, and I play video games. I do the whole guitar thing, and I read books also. Love reading books. I don't know what it is, but it's just something therapeutic about reading a book, having a good jazz song in the background or something.
Oh,
like
so
that.
you actually like read the book?
Yeah, like the book. I have the book that I'm currently reading right now is called The Six Gun Tarot.
Okay.
So it's like a Indian, not Indian, but it's like a cowboy and aliens type thing. I describe it terribly, but it's a really
because I'm
good
thinking
book.
like,
Cowboys, aliens. Yeah, no, don't let me.
Are the
be able to
aliens
say it,
cowboys?
but-
Or the aliens
No,
visiting
the
cowboys? Like,
so look, the cowboys are cowboys, right? But like
Western history cowboys.
Western history cowboys.
Okay.
So the thing is, though, it's like one of the main characters, basically a son of somebody who went to China, got this mystical artifact type thing. So it's cowboys and magic. I'm not gonna say aliens. Cowboys and magic.
Okay.
Something like that.
I
So we
get
had like
magic.
this artifact. Yeah, it's fire, bro. It's fire.
Anything that involves somebody having some type of superpower.
I'm with it. Cause
I'm
if I
fine.
could fly,
I don't even need to fly.
I do.
Flying is nice.
Earth is ghetto.
Where you gonna go though?
Somewhere. Shit.
But I
I'm
mean, you
gonna sit
can't
on the moon
just
or
because you
something.
can fly, that don't mean you can go to the moon.
Now listen, I'ma try.
You do have to have several other abilities to be able to survive in space.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not that, I know a little bit more about superheroes and what abilities can do. Now, that conversation, I go with you on that one.
Okay, once I get to the stratosphere, I'll know.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
like, all right, fuck this.
Then, yeah, this
I'm
ain't
finna
in my
try to-
abilities.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, I ain't got this one.
Okay, so, all right. So, but what about like day to day? Like, do you have a day job or?
So actually, I'm a freelance 3D animator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I do character animation. So a lot of people think that I like make my stuff from scratch, but I don't. I have to outsource all of my models. But I do character animation. So people pay me to make animations of like video game characters and
I
stuff like
definitely
that.
needed a description.
Yeah, so I do like fight scenes and things of that sort.
Really?
Yeah, just to get a little bit adult here. Where I make most of my money is through videos that people pay me to make of the adult sort. So if anybody's watching, if you frequent Pornhub, you've probably seen my stuff in one of the ads. If you play this game, you won't last 5 minutes. That's me, baby.
Shut the fuck up. Not that I know Pornhub that well. I have other sites, but
Yeah, no, I'm
but I've obviously seen those ads.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so
Yeah.
so like when you scrolling through random videos and you see like the
little
animated
3D,
porn.
the little 3D stuff over there. Yeah. You've probably seen one of my works. Dracul Amare, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen,
Don't get
the
it
more
twisted.
I talk to this man, the more I learn. I love that. Like I would have never, Drew that line.
Nobody would ever get. Come on now, how many people have you talked to? Be like, yeah, I make 3D porn.
Right.
No.
But somebody makes it.
That's true.
It's out there.
Somebody got to
Wait.
do it.
Okay.
If I don't do it,
So porn, one of my favorite subjects.
For
Off
sure.
topic.
Mhm.
I have seen several cartoon porns, but not like the cartoon porns that y'all probably thinking of, but like you say, the 3D animated where they have like a storyline and like it is erotic, yes, but also at the same time fascinating. Like I'm always one for once I see one and I see who posted it, I will search. I'm a stalker. Yeah, because what other videos you got? Like, is this just one part of a story, or
is there a continuation?
Yeah, like
I need to know what's happening.
Especially
here.
if I see somebody say like part 3. Oh, I'm gonna need to see part 1 and 2. Like I anyway, that's just me. But yeah, that's fascinating. Yeah. Now that is a fun fact.
Yeah, I'm a little all over the place, man.
That is a fun. Wow.
Yeah.
I have so many questions, but okay. So, I do want to. How
did I get into it?
Yes.
So here's the thing. I used to work at the Lumiere Casino. I was a table games dealer over there.
Okay.
And after the Lumiere Casino, I went to the Casino Queen. And before both of those jobs, I was actually
blackjack.
Yeah, I used to do blackjack, 3-card poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em. I used to do all of that stuff. The only thing that I didn't do were the big games like roulette.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. But yeah, so I was doing that. Before I had the 2 casino jobs, I was working at a warehouse, and another job was a barbecue joint. I noticed that I could not keep a job because whenever I would get unhappy, I didn't wake my ass up and go. So it's like I used to wake up in the morning.
You do shit like that in your 20s.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So I used to wake my ass up, be like, man, I don't feel like fuck this. So I turn over, go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? The Casino Queen, that wasn't my fault. That wasn't like that. When a motherfucker come up to you, tell you, well, technically you're our property. Watch this.
Just like that, I'm not.
Watch this. They never saw me again.
How did they say it?
Where's your property? I came back up to that bitch after my 3-month ban. I'm like, wow, how's it going? What's up, everybody?
I myself have been separated from not the Casino Queen, but the Lumiere.
Oh,
man. After that 3-month ban, you go back up.
Fuck that. I was in that bitch turn.
I'm acting a fucking fool.
$60. I'm hitting everything, pissing off all your customers. You getting cursed out. Fuck you mean?
Okay.
Here go $10. What can I do?
Okay, so
after those jobs or whatever, I kind of was sitting there broke as a motherfucker. Ended up losing my apartment, got my car repoed, because I'm like, I can't hold on to a job because I hate going to these places and having to put on this fake smile. A lot of people don't realize that when you are not a people person, having to put on that fake ass smile is exhausting. That shit is tiring. So even though I would just stand in the same spot and I gotta break every hour, I'm like, man, I gotta go back out here and act like I like these folks.
Not so much act like you like them, but like you are having fun in their company.
And I'm not. I don't like you. This money's not going to me. They were like, hey man, nice to see you again. Fuck you. Not literally.
Okay,
but,
so when I go and I see my dealer and I say what's up, in his mind he like, oh, this nigga.
No, see, people like you, like you would get along with and actually genuinely have a conversation. Because if you walk up to the table, you know what I'm saying, just based off of the way that we've been talking since I've been here, you walk up to the table, I'm gonna keep it real, be like, man, fuck this place. And I can talk to you. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. But them motherfuckers that come up and they all pretentious, like, hey man, we're gonna win today. No, you're not. But I
always found that weird. Like, you can't expect the dealer to.
Do you know how many times I've been cursed out because the cars wasn't going that way? Who told you to get that king?
I've seen a couple of people curse the dealer out, so I've never cursed the dealer out because again, they just.
It's not my fault.
Cards. It's definitely not your fault.
I put the cars in the motherfucking machine, and the machine.
Yeah.
Like, why am I getting cursed out? This king ain't on me, but I'm glad to take your money if you gonna be that mean about it.
Since you want to talk
piece of shit. Right. Come back tomorrow. I'll take it all. God damn it. So yeah, I realized that, like when I couldn't hold on to a job because I hated going to the place, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do something, figure something else out.
Right.
So one of my homeboys that I had met online through video games, he actually does the same thing, but he's in a really niche category. So I'm like, bro, like, what is the software that you use to do this? He told me the software was to do that, and here is the nerd thing. So I go to YouTube, and I'm watching all these tutorials, so I learned 3D animation through YouTube.
Shut the fuck up.
I promise you, I never went to school for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even at my 10,000 hours yet, and I'm getting paid like motherfuckers. I had somebody pay me $1,200 to do a 2-minute animation.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I before I, you know, found a new videographer for this season, we had that conversation. But anyway, I, you know, went and bought software and I downloaded it and I literally tried.
Yeah.
I tried, but I started pulling my little hair out, and I said, you know what? Some things I can do.
And other things is better left to other folks.
Pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, and it's like that. It's
like it's not fascinating to me. You know what I mean? So it felt like a chore.
Yeah.
Like you know, I need to get this done because I need to, you know, release content.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to, and I don't want to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so anybody that, especially you learning from YouTube, I can't fucking imagine it, because I watched several tutorial videos and I paid the $19.99 for the person to teach me how to do it. Still can't do it.
Yeah, sometimes it just be like, fuck that, bro. Like, at least with 3D animation, you know, the shit is fun because it's like, you know, I get to see like the end product of what I did. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like it's a reward in and of itself. Because, like, you know, when you learn these things and all these tips and tricks that I picked up along the way, it's like, this is actually fucking fun to do.
Okay.
And so, you know, I had started growing like a following at first, because originally I was just having people come, like request me to do stuff, and I would just upload them to the websites, and people like, hey man, can we give you money? I'm like, hell yeah. So I set up some websites and I'm getting paid to make 3D animations. I will literally sit on my ass and get paid sitting down. I wake up in the morning and be like, it's Tuesday, I'm off.
I ain't there yet. I'm not there yet.
I wake up. It's a wonderful feeling.
First of all, I don't just wake up and look and wonder what day it is. I know what day it is.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what I do. Nope. Like, no, I don't have time.
Must be nice. I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work.
It is.
I gotta go to work.
It is. But see, at the same time, though, like, I'm still gonna end up getting another job just because it's better to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make a decent amount of money per month sitting on my ass doing nothing. I can get these projects out when I want to get them out. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, nah, imagine how much I'd be making with a job too. So yeah, I mean, you know, as much as nice as it is to have my own thing, you know what I'm saying? It also makes sense, kind of. Yeah, it's a lovely thing.
The freedom.
1099Ks though, they make it so much harder to do stuff because you have to go back and get all this other stuff. Yeah. But if I had a W-2, I'd just be like, there you go.
Yeah.
You know?
How much I get back?
like I can't prove my time on the job because I work for myself. It's like, damn, son. So yeah, man, that's really how I got into it. Just like that. I'm like, I'm tired of working for other folks.
So I get 3D animation. How you got into that? How did you get into the porn part? Again, porn, my favorite subject. So you knew I was gonna pull it back around.
Yes. So the thing is, somebody had saw me making like this. It was just like a random animation. So they hit me up like, hey man, would you be willing to do this and do that? When I tell you that when I started doing this shit, I did not realize that people's imaginations were as vivid as they are.
I didn't either.
This
so I saw
motherfucker, now this listen, I have motherfuckers come up to me with some wild shit, and you know, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that in my head. But then when they start talking about how much they gonna pay me, I'm like, sure, I gotcha. Absolutely. Can you but can you animate this fucking character fucking a fire truck? I'm like, you know what, you got it. That exhaust pipe is finna get ravaged. So, you know, that's what I did. And, you know, after the first animation that I made, then other people started pouring in, and they were just like, I like this. So can we get some too?
It's definitely a niche. I have seen lot of the more than the normal person probably has seen. Like y'all probably just see the advertisements. I'm clicking it. Again, my favorite subject. I feel like it can't be my favorite if I don't watch all varieties.
That's facts. That's facts. If you're passionate about it, you gotta go all in.
Yeah, because I need to know. Like, what if I talk to somebody about it? I need to have a reference. So,
bam, look, here you go.
And listen, I call it paying it forward. I really do. But enough about that.
Fucks with it.
Okay, so, what's next? Like, what can we look forward to? Like, I feel like we've talked about, the kind of things, experiences that you've been through that have kind of created the man that I see here today.
Right.
So, what's next? Not even so much. I mean, yes, professionally, obviously, but like just for you as a person, like what are some of the things you want to do?
So, one of my biggest things, well, actually, a couple of my biggest things is the protection of black women and the promotion of gay rights and all of this other stuff. When it comes to all kinds of things, I believe that everybody should be able to be loved the way that they want to be loved. So me, as a straight man, I plan on setting an example for other straight men to show you that this is okay. There is no agenda. These people just want to live their lives.
And that's it.
That is it. The same thing that we fight for is what they're fighting for, just for a different reason.
Correct.
That's literally it. And I don't feel like, as a black man, it is fair for me to try to cast aside one part of our struggle just because, you know what I'm saying, like they don't live the same lifestyle that we live. I cannot sit here and cry for racial equality, but now I'm treating this man different just because he likes something that I don't. That's hypocrisy at its finest.
I think so too.
My thing is, as somebody who is a straight man, I want to set an example for straight men. I have plenty of friends and things like that. All I need is the platform. If I get the platform, I get my music out there, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, and that's okay. If I piss you off, you're not the type of person I wanted around anyway. So you can go on about your business.
I don't understand what pisses them off.
I don't either.
I don't want to get into that subject, but I just never understood. Like, why are you so bothered?
I don't understand how you listen to me. How can you, as a straight man, be pressed about what another man is doing with another man? Why are you even focused on that? That makes zero sense. That's a topic for another time.
That's why I said I didn't want to get into all that, but I just had to say that because I've obviously had a lot of straight people on here, but I mean, and they're not homophobic or none of that type of stuff, but it's different when somebody says it the way you say it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, for some reason it just sounded different coming from you. I don't know, I guess maybe because it was genuine, and maybe I think sometimes when other people say it, it's
just for
because they feel like they should say it.
Yeah.
Like nothing about any of our conversation has prompted any of that. So that's how I know it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be different if before we, started talking, we was already on that subject or something like that. No, not at all. You just genuinely feel that way.
That's how I feel,
right?
Man.
But again, not that they may or may not feel that way, but again, like I said, for you to say that, it just feels genuine. It really does. And not that I was affected in any way, but thank you for saying that, though.
Absolutely.
Thank you for saying that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's no deal. I mean, it's no big thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I have had my experiences. I wasn't always this way. Man, listen. Some of my Facebook posts pop up. I'll be like, oh, I was a piece of shit.
I don't judge people by Facebook posts because again, everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody has their right to an opinion. Be that as it may, some opinions are offensive, but at the same time, that's your opinion. I cannot knock you for how you feel about a situation. I can knock you for being disrespectful.
Yeah.
So there's a difference.
For the 100%.
There's a difference.
100%. I definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like you feeling some type of way about a situation can also be kind of problematic because why do you feel like that?
I never understood it.
I don't either. Like I said, it doesn't bother me in any type of way. I don't give a fuck about how y'all feel. All I'm saying is, if you know what I'm saying, like you are gonna sit here and cry for this and cry for that, and not even just like, you know, crying as in like you boo-hoo baby and type shit, but you can't sit here and ask for one thing but then want to take it away from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about the whole gay rights thing. Black women in general, you know, we need to do better by them, man.
I agree with that too.
We need to do better by them. I was raised by a single black woman, and just, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of black men were, and it's like I don't understand how you can take your grown ass on the internet and talk all this shit about black women when your mom is a black woman, bro. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you are indirectly talking about the woman that brought you up doing the best that she could to make sure that you became the person that you are today. And so now you sitting here disrespecting her, talking about black women. So that's another thing that I plan on doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, then with the whole music thing, I got an EP I'm finna start working on next week. You know, next Thursday, whatever, I go in to record Thursday, and we're gonna get the EP out there. And it's just like, as soon as I get there, I want to remove, like, I want to try to help be a part of you know, the homophobic shadow that's over music right now. Because like I don't like seeing people be treated the way that they're treated, man. Like, I just really think that everybody needs to be loved. I respect the fact that this person wants to be addressed this way, regardless of if it makes sense to you or not. It literally costs you $0, does not hurt you in any way to address this person the way that they choose to be addressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. As me being who I am, I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that. People gonna think that I'm not something that I you know.
I don't think they will think.
I don't give a. Oh, trust me.
Well, okay. I can only speak for myself. I didn't think that. So but again, I can't, you know, speak for what somebody else may think. But and it's so crazy that you can't even speak on a subject without being thrown in the box. That makes it worse.
And this goes back to what I said earlier. I don't give a fuck about how y'all feel. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see the world be a better place, man.
Yes.
That's literally all I want. You know, it ties back to me coming up the way I came up. You know, me being bullied and all that kind of shit. I don't like seeing other people go through that. And you know, I've had friends come to me in high school. You know, we were on our senior year, and he comes up to me and he's crying. I'm like, bro, like, what is the matter? And he's like, I just don't want you to look at me differently. And, you know, I don't want us to no longer be able to be friends and yada yada. And then he comes out telling me he's bisexual.
They will not be your friend.
I know, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was one of the situations that kind of woke me up to that. And then another friend of mine who's clearly gay got disowned by his family. I'm talking about dude was flamboyant. He got disowned by his family in high school. Bro was 16 years old.
That's the worst. I think that's what
it breaks my fucking
heart. That's what kept me in the closet, I think, for a long time, because I do not believe that my family would have. I mean, they accept it now, but then again, now I'm a grown ass man, and you know, take it or leave it at this point. But then I couldn't have imagined having, for one, the courage. I couldn't have. Like, it's nothing. I can't even think to no situation in my upbringing that would have given me the courage to tell my parents. I'm not saying they would have kicked me out on the street, but I don't know if they would not have either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I you can never say what somebody would do, or for in this instance what they wouldn't do, because I don't know what they would have did. Yeah. You know, and I don't even want to have that conversation with them, although I'm putting it out in the air. But I that's not a conversation that I want to have, because I feel like I'm not gonna want to, like you said, don't ask me no question you don't want me to answer.
Exactly.
I don't know if I want the answer to that question, so I would rather just have it be a what if than actually, you know, address
Sometimes that's the best place for situations to stay. Just be like, you know, what if?
Yeah,
just
I mean, thankfully I grew up and, you know, found peace with myself and, you know, maybe to live how I want to live. But I think every time I hear a story like that where somebody come out very young and they get disowned, like, I would have been devastated. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even. It's hard to imagine, and it breaks my heart. It really does every time I hear about it. So again, anybody who does, I don't know if I would have had the courage, and that's me speaking honestly. I don't know if I would have had the courage. Yeah. It's not that I don't. I know I didn't, and I wouldn't have. It would have No, it ain't nothing nobody at school or in any part of my life could have told me that would have given me the courage to come home and say that.
And see, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things that I kind of want to be able to do. Like, I want to get to a place in life where I can, you know, actively help people with that type of shit. I just really want to help.
Because they do need help. They do. I can speak for, you know, that person that didn't. It is a struggle. It's the facade, the pretending all the time, you know. But again, definitely not about me, definitely not about that subject. But just when you bring it up, I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't speak my experience, you know.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. You know, so that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as far as like the rights for everybody to be who they are, and then to help clean up the goddamn planet. Like, holy shit, bro. Like, we live here and we are just trashing this motherfucker. Like, it makes zero sense for us to be treating the earth the way that we treat the earth. Like, it pisses me off. I will be in public and it can be a trash can right next to this motherfucker, and they throw it on the ground. Do you know what you are doing by doing that? Like, I'm the type, I will put trash in my pocket till I get to a trash can to throw it away. Like,
I will not litter, but I cannot say I am as conscious. I'm not just gonna, you know, I mean, not just fuck the planet, but I
feel you.
I don't want to say that it's gonna come back and bite me. So I will just say that no, I don't believe in littering either.
Yeah,
that I believe it right there. I believe climate change is real also. And I don't believe in littering. That's the most.
Leave it right there.
I'm gonna say
That's it. Nothing else. Please advise. Yes,
that was advice. Don't say shit that'll come back and bite you later.
You know?
Oh my God, this has been literally an amazing conversation.
Yeah.
From, you know, the person I invited, and I'll say person because I didn't know you, to, you know, knowing you now. I would have never thought, like, so many, and that's the thing about, you know, bringing people on and talking to them in general. You never know what experiences somebody else may have had, how that, you know, shapes their being, and it's always interesting to hear a new story. It really is. Just a little bit of a sidebar. Just the other day, my mom and them was over here, and I played them an interview that I did with another artist, because one of the first artists that I did, and I was like, you know, I just want y'all to see it, not so much to critique it, but just, you know, just to see how it goes. Am I okay doing it? You know, feedback always is greatly encouraged, because if you don't tell me, how the fuck would I know? So anyway, and after they watched it, they both was like, yeah, that was really good. And they was like, it's not even so much the questions that you ask, it's them telling their story. You know, it's meeting somebody, again, having something to relate to. Like your story, I'm sure almost everybody who watches can relate to some part of your story. You know what I'm saying? From having a single mother, from, you know, being bullied, from overcoming that, to getting into, you know, playing a guitar, to, like, it's just so much literally that you have shared within this hour and however long we've been talking. And I'm sure there are several hours more that we can teach. I told you when we started, it's gonna seem like the conversation can go on and on and on. So but again, for what you did share, thank you. Thank you. I've learned a lot. You already had a fan, but now I think you might have almost slipped into a greater fan. Like, again, and that's what like I said, that's what it's all about. Once you learn the person and, you know, kind of what they went through to how they got there, we relate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you love superheroes, I love superheroes. You love anime way more than I do, but we both still like anime. You know what I'm saying? And I relate to, you know, being bullied and stuff like that. Like, I relate to you as a person now. Even though, you know, your music had already spoke to me, now I relate to that person that makes the music. And now, like I said, I'm an even greater fan.
Man, I appreciate that, because you have no idea how much that impacts, like, me as an artist. Because sometimes I sit back, I'll be like, man, like, you know, if I was to release this with people like this, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of artists, I'm not throwing no shade on nobody, but a lot of people have super fans to the point where it's like, even if they release something bad, you know, they ain't gonna like it just because you did it. You know, so I don't know, man. It definitely helps to hear things like that, because as an artist,
and I'm not just saying that because you're sitting right there, because I feel like the conversation you've gathered from me, I don't like to sugarcoat or, you know.
100%.
So
definitely tell.
Yeah, I'm so serious. Like, I never expected to learn not nearly this much about you. I really didn't. I really didn't. So
I
again,
only scratched the surface.
I know you did. I know you did, and I want to know so much more. But no. But seriously, thank you so very much for coming through.
Absolutely.
For sharing your story, for giving not only me, but I'm sure other people out there inspiration.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you.
Absolutely,
Thank
man.
you.
I'm so glad that you had me here. This has been so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I was a little concerned because I'm antisocial, but it actually turned out to be great.
And I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you for inviting me to this. And, you know, in the future, you know, if you ever want to do this again, I'm
Absolutely.
down.
Listen, I will always do this as long as, you know, I have people that's watching.
Mm-hmm.
So as you grow, you might see me, you know, in your emails like, hey, bruh, you said you was going to come back. So, again, I would definitely love to have you back. You've been a great guest. You've been open. Again, I can't even express how satisfied, and I don't even think satisfied is the right word, but I am happy that this went the way it did. I guess if that's the word I want to use.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you so much. You've been a great guest.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
You've been a great host.
I tried.
Yeah, no, you did your thing, man. You gave me what is this? Y'all see this? Hold on. When I walked in the room, let me tell y'all something real quick, okay? I'm a Taurus, alright? So as soon as you say anything about food, about snacks, you have won. When I walked in the room, he said, help yourself to anything. I see a Hershey's bar with Superman on the front.
Because I like superheroes.
At that point, I'm like, that's it. I've got everything I need. I got the Hershey's bar, I got the drink, the water. I'm set. So I get to go home a happy man. Be like, hey, you won't believe I ate a Hershey's bar with a Superman logo on the front.
They'll believe it when they see it.
Yeah. So.
No, good. Again, thank you so very much for coming. Everybody else out there, thank you so much for watching. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and until next time, stay tuned.
Peace out.
I just wanna make you feel special. Since I first saw you, girl, you've been on my mind. If I get my hands on you, won't waste my time.